Because someone demanded it. It's a brand new installment of FAQ. Here with your best buds. It's me, Uncle Ben.
And Andy Wood.
Singular. Wood.
Tree Nut Forest.
On today's episode, we're going to be answering a lot of y'all's hot questions. Before we get into that, let's stop in at Uncle Ben's boombox, talk about what we've been jamming out to here lately. So Andrew, what have you been jamming out to lately?
Three things. Hanz Zimmer. His movie that he did with the full orchestra.
Yeah.
The Prague and all that stuff is out in, I think, your Amazon Primes and Hulus. And listen to the new Punch Brothers record.
Okay.
Being a mandolin player first and foremost. Chris Thile is incredible and the band sounds great. It's really good. And then the Koch Marshall Trio with Greg Koch.
Gregory Kochery.
The Man Squatch.
Oh man, he's such a delightful player.
He's the player we all want to be when we grow up.
Absolutely so. Also very tall.
Extremely tall.
Shockingly tall.
His offspring is the drummer.
Oh
which
yeah,
is a
yeah.
delight.
He made him.
Yeah, he made him. He made his own drummer.
I don't know of a lot of bands that can be like, yo, I made my rhythm section.
Yeah.
It's pretty tight.
It's awesome.
I've been listening to Remission by Mastodon. You ever listen to that record? It is a sick record. I heard this for the first time right whenever it came out, and they played the video for March of the Fire Ants on Headbangers Ball on MTV2 late at night. And I said, I don't know who these big burly bearded men are, but I like the cut of their jib because it kind of sounds like if Rush went back in time and showed cavemen music. And they said, this is what music is like. And they played like The Spirit of Radio and like Red Barchetta and stuff. And then the cavemen tried to replicate it.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, like this, Oonga Boonga, and it's just, yeah, but it's still like kind of progressive and stuff. I love that record. I think it's phenomenal. The production on it is super raw. I know a lot of people that like the more recent Mastodon stuff can't get into Remission because of the production. Yeah, exactly. But that's why I like it. Like, I wouldn't want to hear that record all dolled up and polished.
Right.
So,
well, there's no shortage of records right now that are just dolled up and polished. I think that's why I like the three things that I listed. Is because they sound like guys playing music.
Yeah, sounds like people. So in summary, I would recommend listening to some Mastodon Remission, and Hanz Zimmer, and Greg Koch Trio, and Punch Bros. Okay, our first question today comes from Matt's M08. Any high gain amp suggestions for metal? I think we got a couple too, Tree.
Okay, let's put a preface on this. We don't need the internet being like, you need to buy this and do that. And so no modular systems, like no Synergies, no amp modelers.
Okay, no Kemper-Ax effects.
No,
just taking those
off the table. We're talking about...
Not that they aren't great.
They're awesome, but that is a rabbit hole of a
talking about
discussion.
amps.
Yeah, we're talking about a head that you plug a cable into and it makes your guitar loud.
Narrow it down.
Okay, what's your top three?
My top trees. My favorite is the EVH. 5153. I just got the 5153 6L6 50 watt, and I absolutely love it. I think that it's pretty much the best if you're gonna walk into Guitar Center and spend around $1,000 for an amp that can do basically everything. Great cleans, great crunchy rhythm tones, great high gain lead sound, no boost, no pedals required. Like, you can go and buy that amp and go do a tour with it or hit the studio with it, and it sounds nuts. It's on like 8 million records right now, so can't be wrong.
I'll back that. I have the 100 watt.
Somewhere over here.
Somewhere over here. I think you can see it right there. Yeah.
Here.
Anyways, it's really great. I think if you want to spend a little more coin, I would go with the Steve Stevens Edition Friedman.
I love a Friedman.
Specifically, that amp sounds really. I love all the Friedmans, the Bs, the small boxes. They all rock. The Steve Stevens one that I really like the most. And then if you want to spend a little more coin, one of my Desert Island amps is the Diesel Herbert.
Yeah.
And the KSR Colossus. It used to be, I have the Rhodes version, but I think the only thing that's different is the name. So starting at $1,000 and ending up at a lot of grand. Those would be my top four.
And I'm gonna super undercut you and say if you're going on the super cheap and you want a good high gain tube amp head, you don't want to spend a ton, the PV Triple X and JSX
the old ones. You can get on like Reverb or eBay or something.
You can get those for like $300 to $500. No, they rebadged the Triple X as like the 5434 or something like that.
Let's put some more numbers in it.
Yeah, more numbers is more better.
Yeah, more better.
Honestly, anything is better than the Triple X, like with the trucker girls on the front. That's what I had when we met.
That's the most 90s thing I've probably ever seen.
Yeah, but it's a great sounding amp, and so is the JSX as well. And again, you can get either of those for super cheap. Those are amps that I would recommend as well.
Yeah.
Here's another quickie from the Pablo Perez.
Pablo!
What did you guys think of Infinity War?
I thought it was incredible. As a guy that grew up with comics and read that story a ton, I'm going to go on record and say I like the reasoning that they gave Thanos for doing it in the movie better than the original storyline about his love affair with death.
I totally agree. I'll go on record as saying that I think that Josh Brolin as Thanos might be the greatest comic book villain we've seen on screen.
I will say probably gonna start a fire here. Ooh, dumpster fire, as they say. But I think the only guy that before him was Heath Ledger's Joker.
Oh yeah,
and
obviously.
I thought the challenge of being CGI'd and conveying real emotion was
not just crazy.
It's like that's a lot of layers to be like. And also it's like, oh, Space Hitler, you want to kill everybody, but somehow you have this point and it's endearing, but like I hate you for it. But so I thought the movie was brilliant. I thought as a culmination film, in first time in Hollywood history and comic book history, you have this runway of 18 films.
Yeah.
And then they nail it, home run.
I know, yeah, because that's a whole lot of build up to lead up to this.
And incredible, home run.
And they nailed it.
Yeah. Totally
agree. It's a 10. Andy, here's a question directed to you from Sean Brown, 937. If a friend wanted to get into rock guitar, I would recommend Van Halen 1 and Appetite for Destruction. I would too. Good choices. What would you recommend to get into bluegrass music?
Okay, that's interesting because a lot of the songs are shared across multiple albums.
Standards.
The reason is Bill Monroe wrote a ton of the songs, so a lot of people are always playing Bill songs. So obviously like they do the compilation albums. Anything from Bill will be like your foundation of rock. That's the equivalent of maybe getting a Rolling Stones record. Yeah. Okay, right? Or a Beatles or something like that. That's the equivalent, the parallel. I would say the next level forward would be any kind of culmination of Newgrass Revival or the Bluegrass All-Star Band. No. So that's basically the lineups you're looking for are Sam Bush, Bela Fleck, Jerry Douglas, Tony Rice. That lineup of guys, Mark O'Connor, Stuart Duncan, is what you're looking for. And then in modern bluegrass, I would probably gear them towards the Punch Brothers. Okay. Just because they took it like beyond bluegrass. Yeah. But then occasionally Chris Thile will do an album like what he did with Michael Davis and do the duo thing.
I've got that, what's it called, the Tony Rice Guitar Collection or something like that. And that's like phenomenal. Obviously very guitar centric, which bluegrass is.
And I'm trying to bluegrass actually, I would say your main instruments would be fiddle and banjo as far as like your hero instruments. Those are the guys out there getting the glory. Your guitar player is kind of just strumming. As far as like a band that's touring now that has been around forever, that is the definitive sound of bluegrass, that would be the Del McCoury Band. Mm-hmm. You can go see them. Del is still living. He's one of the few guys from that genre that's still with us. His son Ronnie McCoury and Robbie McCoury play in the band, and that is as honest of bluegrass as you could possibly get, and you can go see it. It's still a thing.
That's a delightful answer. My man Bite Marks, Chomp. He asks, will Junktown be on your new record, Andy's new solo record that we're working on? Love the melody you posted, southern twangy rock deliciousness.
Nice. So not only will it be on the new record, that is the name of the new record. So you heard it here first.
The title track.
The title track to Junktown. That's a tune that's a little melody riff that had been laying around for several years, and finished it up and was like, this is kind of the statement that I want in the world of like a lot of minor key metal style shred. I wanted to write an instrumental record that kind of gave me my own lane to stand in, and implying a lot of that southern flair, but it's still being things that guitar players like. It's like there's some gain on there, and there's some flashy stuff or whatever. So trying to blur that line and kind of give my own identity.
I think it kind of sounds like if Donnie and Marie Osmond made an instrumental guitar record, because it's a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll. So there you go, guys, a quick and dirty fact for all you cool kids out there from Uncle Ben, and Commander Andy. Thank you guys so much for watching and asking us questions on our social medias. Speaking of social media, you guys can follow me on the Instagriddle at Ben Eller Guitars. Where can they find you?
I'm also on the Instas. I'm at Andy Wood Music. I'm a tweeter man. On the Twitter, it's A Wood Shreds because Andy Wood Music was taken, and I'm sad about it.
You do shred.
Yeah.
It's not a false statement.
I thought it was funny. So I was
like
like, this is what I've got.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the little bell for notifications on new videos every week. And stay tuned for more updates from the studio from me and Andy working on his brand new record and all kinds of fun stuff coming up real soon from our other project, Kennedy Wood Band. Stay tuned.